Let's take this show on the road. Same-ish, different day. I be bored out my mind. Hometown, love my place, but while I'm in my prime, gotta go get away. Hop a train, cop a flight, and ride. Tonight I gotta break free. My job, those boss be working my nerves. Clock out, headphone, phone, do not disturb. My boyfriend's cool. I need my girls, the world is ours, so run it up, let's go to a land where we cannot be found. So off the grid, way too.
Welcome back. Hey y'all, it's me, Simply Tanya Renee, and it's not as cold as it normally is this time of year, which is really weirding me out, but I know. Anyway, we still gonna make us some soup. I have been having a taste for some leek soup without the potatoes. I don't want the creamy, I want like the more brothy type of soup. So that's what we are gonna do today. We have to wash these leeks, so we're gonna use leeks. I have 3 of them. You can leave these out, but I'm using some baby portobello mushrooms, some chili peppers. I'm gonna make my own broth. I'm gonna use the chicken bouillon, which I wanna learn how to make that myself. Some nutmeg, some saffron, of course garlic powder, onion powder, some ginger, and I'm missing something. Oh, a little bit of salt. So I don't need the salt right now because I'm gonna cook it over there on the stove. But y'all, I don't know if I told you, but my oven is ready. The bake element came in. Let me get my water. The bake element came in, so I'm super excited because I got to use it. And baby, listen, that element must have been on its way out a long time ago because I cooked. What was it that I cooked in the oven the other day? I cooked something in there. Corned beef. I made a corned beef the other day. I only had to cook it on 320. 320? That's insane. And the heat level was amazing. So glad that, we're up and running because I'm also going to make a dessert today. I'm going to make a Brie apple galette, and let me show you those ingredients. Did I say ingredients? Ingredients. For the galette, we're going to use this Brie puff pastry. We have an egg because we have to make an egg wash. We're going to put some thyme on it. And I'm on my phone, so it's kind of hard for me to zoom in and out right now because I'm on the phone. And we have Granny Smith and Gala apples. I'm probably gonna only use maybe 2 of each, but those are the apples. We're gonna dust it with some cinnamon, brown sugar, maybe a drizzle of honey. And all of this goes perfectly well with either red wine or sparkling wine. I'm pretty sure you could get away with doing like drinking I definitely wouldn't go for a Chardonnay with this because the Chardonnay is flat. You want something that's gonna give you a little more acidity. So I would say a Chenin Blanc, a Viognier, definitely a sparkling, which is what I'm probably gonna do. And those white wines will go well with it. And red wines, you want to go with something more like a Tempranillo because it's bolder. Or you could, I don't have a Tempranillo, but let me tell you. If you don't have Tempranillo like I don't right now, you could go with a Primitivo because that is like a more bold wine and it's going to bring you that acidity to balance all of this out. It's not going to take long for either of these things to cook. The longest part is the prep. So the soup will probably take about 15 minutes. The galette is probably going to take about 12 to 15 minutes. And it's going to be done. The longest thing is going to be the prep. So let me put my wine. I'm actually going to aerate the wine. It does not need to be chilled. Oh, I said I was going to have sparkling wine with this because I have a sparkling wine open. So I might open this to try both though. Let's go ahead and let this aerate this just in case. All right, instead of me using an aerator, I'm just going to pop the cork and let the bottle breathe. That way it naturally aerates on its own. And I hate when people do that in public, smelling the cork. But I know the purpose of smelling the cork. It does smell good. It smells chocolatey, heavy in dark red fruits. Oh, and spicy. Let's put on some glasses and see what the bottle says. It just says that it's dry. It's spicy, heavy in red fruits, like dark red fruits, juicy, and dark chocolate. So we're gonna just sit this aside. I'm gonna sit it on the bar and just let her breathe for a while. I should have fixed some rolls because rolls and soup go so well together. I might do rolls tomorrow. We'll see. Tell the people bye-bye until a few hours later. Bye-bye until a few hours later. All right, so we're going to now cut up these leeks that are super dirty. Leeks are really a dirty growing vegetable, and we're gonna cut the tops off. And leeks, I wonder if they're considered more so of an aromatic because they're in the family of onion. And good, look, just cutting that, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to cut them to best rinse them. I'm gonna season everything in my bowl. I want a clear, huge mixing bowl like this. I want a bowl like this that is see-through. It can be glass, I don't care. But I think that is best, like for cooking and prepping, for aesthetic purposes, and that way people can see what it looks like while you're cooking it. And I mean prepping. I want a clear prep bowl. I'm thinking I might just add my P.O. box in my description. That way, if y'all want to send me a little bowl, you can. I'm going to definitely keep these ends because I'm going to reroot these. I don't know if you know, but you can actually reroot leeks. They try to cut them off, but it doesn't really work because if you sit it in water and you have enough at the bottom, they will grow some roots. This one is going to grow several roots. We'll see how well they grow. Trying to figure out how I want to. This leaf is horrible. I'm trying to figure out, and look, you can see the dirt inside of them. Look at that. That's why it's so good to rinse your things off, because they are filthy dirty. I think I figured out how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to cut the bottom of the leeks. This leaf I don't even want, but I'm going to cut about this much off of the bottoms because I'm going to use all the rest of the top. These we'll save for later. I think what I'm going to do is just strip them and separate them. Yep, I'll just strip them and separate them, put them in some water so that they can rinse really well. And it's easier to cut them when they're still rolled, but because these are filthy dirty, like sand is all over my cutting board now and on my hands, this is gonna be the easier way for me to cut them. And they'll still cut, you know, nicely, but I just don't want any possibility of sand or dirt in the pot while I'm cooking my leeks. This is how much dirt came out of some of the leeks. They've already been washed, and I'm going to show y'all those in 1 second. But now I have to wash the cutting board because it's dirty. You can also leave your leeks in a sink or bowl of water while you prep the other ones. That way you can make sure you got all the sediment off. These are pretty clean now, but I'm still running some water in the sink. These are dirty too, so they need to be washed in the water. We're gonna just throw them in here with the leeks. And for reference, you can use about 2 to 3 Leek. About, if you're using whole mushrooms, depending on, go with how many mushrooms your stomach desires, because I'm horrible at telling you about the amount of mushrooms because I just like mushrooms. So I'm gonna probably go in with about 7 or 8. 9 to be exact. They're real clean now. Some of the dirt from the second washing. First, we're gonna make our chicken broth. This is gonna be about 4. I'm gonna do about 4 to 5 cups of broth. Again, remember, this is by taste. The bouillon and all the seasonings, everything is by taste. If you want to go by the recipe, it is technically a 4 teaspoon of ginger, salt and pepper to taste, a dash of nutmeg, and a dash of cloves.
You know why the phone is off the wall? Because it rang the other day. And the voice on the other end said his name was Thomas.
Y'all know I'm working on the phone, so I've already cut up some of the leek. I'm gonna finish the rest.
can't do it. Not until the room is in.
And it's to resurrect.
You will understand. Just like they did with what are you doing? You need supplies. It was in the basement. Yeah, basement.
Okay, so we just used, I did tell you, because I told you nutmeg and I told you saffron. Yep, I told y'all. Never mind. And I'm going to make sure that the ingredients are in the description box anyway. Now remember, the actual recipe that I put on there is going to be the recipe that is from Pinterest. Did I get this from? I don't even know where I got this from, so I don't want to say I got it from Pinterest. I might have though. I don't remember. But anyway, the ingredients that I'm going to put, the measurements are not going to be what I used. Everything that I used is to taste. So remember that when you're trying to make this recipe. This is a really good blanc de blanc. It's under $10. I got it from Trader Joe's. I've had it several times before. So if you're interested in trying this sparkling wine, it's dry, it's not sweet, it's perfect. I'm really excited about this Brie apple galette. So I'm gonna clean up all of my things from making the soup or preparing the things for the soup. And then we're gonna transition over to making this apple galette. All right, mushrooms in a bag. These are going in the refrigerator. And these are the leeks that I'm about to freeze. So I've bagged everything up. I'm just gonna set these to the side. And now I have, that's weird. I might be in cinematic, I don't know, but my screen now is following me. It has my head in a box. So, all right, we need to cover this pan with parchment paper first. I think I'm in cinematic. I don't know what's going on. I think it, y'all hold on one second. I was definitely in cinematic. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this parchment paper on the pan. I keep parchment paper on hand. I always crinkle it before I put it on the pan, just because it helps it lay down more. Now we're gonna take this puff pastry. I'm gonna use the right end and open the box. Hopefully I don't tear it like normal. I'd be like all G.I. Joe on the boxes and tearing them up, using all my strength and abilities. I did it again. I don't even know, why did I go through that? All right. See, told y'all I'm rough sometimes, and it is ridiculous how rough I am. I didn't even have to rip that like that. All right, let's pull out. Can we pull out one? Because I think we only need one sheet. Yep. Oh, it's stuck together. Come on, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Come in. Come in. Okay. Now I'm just going to actually sit this back on the packaging because I'm probably going to rewrap that in more parchment paper. Unless I actually, you know what? I'm going to use both sheets. So you have to be really gentle. Fit both sheets on here. Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. Dang it. So the reason it's sticking together is because I took it out so that it could get room temperature. I didn't want it to be completely frozen trying to work. You can't work with frozen puff pastry anyway. Oh, you know what? We can connect them. Girl, we're going to connect these two sheets and make it one big piece. Hopefully, I should seal it with a little bit of water. I could probably seal it with egg wash, but we're just going to see. It's going to be nice and flaky and crusty anyway. Now we are going to just go ahead and cut the apples. And look, if you embarrass me in front of these people, Miss Apple Cutter, you and I are going to have issues. So do not embarrass me in front of the VibeTribe, all right? Don't be showing out. Just cut these apples the way you're supposed to, all right? All right. And we can remain friends. She listened. Okay. All right. And we're going to actually end up cutting the rest of the apples. So we're going to start out with one of each and see how that turns out. Girl, don't be shooting them out like that. And let me just talk to y'all for a little while. Y'all know I'm on my phone, so that meant I could not waste time. I went on and cut the rest of the apples, and Miss Apple Cutter and Corer, she showed out a little bit anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these apples, and I'm thinking I'm definitely not gonna need all of these apple slices. So what I'm gonna do is put them in a bowl with a little bit of lemon juice so that they don't turn. I'm gonna cut as many of them. Let me taste this first. That's good. Okay, as you can see, the Gala apples are already starting to turn. And so to prevent apples from turning, some people may know, some people may not know, a little lemon juice helps them to stop turning. So that's what I'm gonna do. I know I have not had any talk really about the elections. And it's really because of my level of disappointment, and also, you know, I know that the Bible tells us that we should not live in fear, but I also have to be smart and know that there's some pretty evil people in this world. Just from things that I've been seeing on social media, like the posts that I've been seeing on Instagram, and even some of the private news networks that I follow, or YouTube channels that I follow. It's just kind of sad what I'm seeing. So I'm trying my best to monitor how much of that I take in, because I don't want to continue to have this internal turmoil. I am going to choose to move forward, move on as best I can, continue to support all of the people who support me and the people who love on me. I am going to move this though. I'm going to get a cheese cutter, a cheese board rather, because I would like that better to cut my cheese. Okay, actually I didn't get the cheese board. I just got a bamboo cutting block, and we're going to use this I'm gonna cut half of this brie, and hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we still have enough brie over here. But yeah, so what I was just saying was I just want to be mindful of how much of that stuff I allow myself to consume, because I can get pretty angry about it. I can, you know, continue to feel bad, but I just want to bring, I'm being realistic, but I want my VibeTribe to feel like it is a safe space, but it's also a place where you can come and not have to endure, per se, all of the negativity and those hard feelings that are being pushed out right now. So enough of that, back to this. I don't know if it's gonna be any of this left to go with the brie. So we're gonna go ahead and lay the brie on first. We're gonna put it in the center, and I'm probably gonna have to lay cut some more, because we want brie to actually cover the whole board. Yeah, we're gonna cut some more of this and see. We're gonna do it the long way though. I don't even know why I'm doing that, because I'm probably gonna end up using it. But I have some crackers. I could also have crackers later with apples and cheese. And my daughter loves apple and cheese and crackers. So it's not like any of this is gonna go to waste. That's a really thick piece of cheese. But that could also have made really good for melting. All right. So here, that's what it looks like with the cheese on the parchment paper. Let's go ahead and do our, make our egg wash. And it's just 1 egg with a little bit of water, and you whisk it together. There's your egg wash. Probably should have dried that egg and used it, that eggshell, to use in my garden. Too late. This is a simple egg wash. I added water to the egg, just whisking it. Stick that to the side. Quick tip, if you have a garden or growing plants in your house or anything like that, if you can dehydrate eggshells by either using a dehydrator or just letting them dry and then crunching them up into really fine shells, really fine pieces. You can also use like a pulsator on like a blender or something. You can use that as, you know, calcium and stuff for your garden. So that's just a quick tip. All right, now let's lay these apples on, and we're just gonna lay apples like this. We're gonna do about 3 pieces, and we're gonna rotate Granny Smith and what do they call? Gala. And I want a lot of apples. I don't want just in the corners. I want to taste cheese and apple, because I love that combination. You get that sweet, you get a little bit of the cheese, which is, you know, that savory. And these little pieces that broke up, we're just gonna put, that's gonna allow me to add a little bit more apple, because some of the pieces are really thin. There's the mixture before folding. Y'all wish me luck. We're gonna fold, and then we're gonna fold. That's what it looks like there. And now we're just gonna do our egg wash, and the oven has been preheating already. Yeah, I was just checking my recipe. I didn't put down my preheat temperature, but because baby over here got a new baking element, we actually preheated to 350, and it's feeling like it's like 8,000 degrees in this kitchen. I don't know if y'all can see my sweat, but I am sweating. All right, and I know that a lot of people like, egg wash is such a waste of an egg. Yeah, it is, but it also gives you that nice, pretty golden crust, and it also helps to seal your pastry. The recipe tells you to bake it and then sprinkle, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit and then bake it and then add a little bit on the top. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of cinnamon, more on the ends. Hopefully it doesn't make it too dark. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of allspice in the middle.
Less than half, so maybe like right here. They'll eat all.
Such a fall, winter, Thanksgiving dessert. And a little bit of nutmeg.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take my plate.
I feel like I need a little bit more cinnamon on the outside of this one, just so it can kind of match the other side. When it comes out, I'm gonna drizzle it with honey, or actually, I'm probably gonna do a little bit of brown sugar down the middle and then take honey and drizzle on the top. So this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. Let me see if I can hold it better so you guys can see it. Go to the oven for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so let's move the wine out of the way. Let's go and get a knife to cut our pastry, and we're gonna try it.
Y'all, I forgot to put in a video of me eating the soup, but this is what the soup looks like, and it was
Okay, y'all,
delicious.
wish me luck that I don't mess this all up. Oh my gosh. To see her cut, oh my gosh. It's so flaky. You have to be very, very careful with it. Because goodness, she is not trying to, break apart. Okay, let's get a plate. I love preparing things right by the dishwasher because everything's right here at my fingertips. Let's go ahead and get the galette out. Oh, that cheese is hot. Oh my God, it's so hot. It's so very hot. Let's get that piece of cheese. Okay. Bone apple teat. Ow. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's take another bite before we make a decision. Wow. Okay, that's good. What do we think? What do we think? We think that it needs more honey. Definitely needs more honey. But it tastes so good. It just needs like a little more of that. Why my refrigerator decide to get loud all of a sudden? That honey is definitely necessary right now. The brie and that thyme are talking very loud, but it tastes good. You know what? Let me drizzle a little bit. That's good though. The cheese, the honey, and brie and honey go well together anyway. Now let's see if that made a difference. Because maybe the brown sugar, but we'll see. Girl, if you don't get on this board. That drizzle of honey, exactly what it needed. Wow. Okay. With the wine, I don't know that I like it with the red wine. Yeah, I like it better with the Blanc de Blanc. A lot better. And I like it better because the Blanc de Blanc gives it more acidity And I like that acidity with the honey. This is so good. What would I change? Next time, because I'm making this again, when I cut the apples, I'm gonna toss them in a cinnamon brown sugar mixture. Instead of just sprinkling it on the top, I'm gonna douse the apples, I'm gonna toss them rather, with a cinnamon brown sugar mixture and maybe a little honey, because I think the apples would be better served. And look at that, the bottom is nice. I like the crunch on the bottom and I like the crust on the top. I like it. And that thyme, it really does, it just gives it like a little, it just zhuzhes it up a little bit. It makes it fancy. But I like the blanc with it better because I like the bubbles and I like the acidity that it's bringing, more so than the dry wine. Now, a Tempranillo, which is kind of on the scale of a Primitivo, it's really on the scale of a Tempranillo, but the Tempranillo is better. It's smoother to me. I might try it with that, but I think a sparkling wine is a winner. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Love you. Bye, VibeTribe. Ooh, let me take my Galette with me.
Drink up a flight and ride tonight.